Hi, this is MD Abu Osman. I'm currently doing my Masters of Data Science at Macquarie University. And in this course of Big Data Technologies, I was instructed by my faculty that I had to complete the tasks and upload a video on YouTube and give the video YouTube link as my assignment submission. So for task one, I'm going to record my video and I'm going to share my screen so that everyone can see how I completed my task. Thank you. I'm using Zoom, as you can see. So for task one, question A, we were given a data set, a Twitch data set, and we were told to do some queries. One query was that find the tweet ID for those tweets which contain the keyword health in the text. So first, I used Studio 3D instead of Robo 3D because I found Studio 3D, the import portion, a lot easier than the Robo 3D because Robo 3D I have to use the command prompt and it's really difficult for me to get it right every time. So for this, I first connected with the local host. The code was 27017 and then created a database, and in my collection I named my tweet JSON file as tweets. While I executed it, I found the JSON file had some impurities and some issues, so I had to clear it. So this was the file that was given to us, and it has some of the commented lines, and as well as I found that the ID underscore ID, which creates an object ID, we really don't need that line because when I execute something, Studio 3D will randomly give it underscore ID and object ID. So I removed the object ID part and removed the lines that were unnecessary for me, and then it was really a daunting process. So after that, I tried importing the file and it worked perfectly. So after uploading the file, that you can see, if I use tweets, so it's working fine. Yes, and then I can say that then the first task was for us to create output the IDs. So for this, I use db.twitch.find, and for the text, I need to use regular expression because I need to say which word that I want inside of the text. It was health, and I needed to print the IDs, but I didn't really want to print the underscore IDs, the object IDs. So after executing this, the code will run and we'll see all the list of the tweet IDs which had health in them. And that's how the task one of part one ends. And then for the part two, we had to extract all the keywords from the tweet data set. And for that, I used Jupyter Notebook. And I'm going to describe how I did it. So first, I installed PyMongo and then import the Mongo client, and then I had to connect my database, which was named as Tweet, and then I ran a code which was shown by our instructor that how I should be able to see if the database is connected or not. So after running this query, I can see that the cursor is object at something variable from the RAM. But the thing is that it works and it gets connected. And after seeing the queries where I don't want to see the underscore IDs, I can see all the tweets, including the IDs. Yeah. So basically, all the regular IDs and everything, and the actor fields and everything is here. So I need to use NLTK. So what NLTK does is that it allows me to use many stop words and many puncets, so I downloaded them as well, and let me just run through the code. So after running them, I also need to import pandas as well. So for this, what I did was I first wanted to check if there was actually 10,000 tweets or not. So if I say that the length of the text list which I identified before, and I used a loop, and inside of loop I use for if else. If it's appended, then it should say that how many text is there, and for that I need to say that just print the list of the text. So it says 10,000, so the JSON has all the files intact. And for that, so after that, I need to say I need to get the keywords using the NLP. The NLP that allows me to extract the keywords. So keywords list. So if I use the simple code, I'll get the keywords extracted. So yeah, and after that I needed to separate the keywords using a CSV, comma separated value. So I used normal data underscore keywords dot CSV file. So even if I change the name and run it, it's going to write everything in CSV file. So first let's just wait for this to finish and I'll show you the CSV file. This one now. It's taking a little while. So as I have already executed the code earlier, I can show you the file. There's the data underscore keywords. I don't know why it's taking so long for this. Okay, so there it is. So it has all the fields in it. You can see that the verb, post, it provide a link, text, everything. And yeah, so that's how it goes. I'm sorry it took so long to run it. I don't know what's wrong. Okay, so there, and for the third question, we were given, so the question is actually not something related to coding. So it says that explain the design, the framework, and development pseudocode for a data curation algorithm that will be used to turn raw data into contextualized data. So for that, I have written a doc file and I'm going to attach it with the video links as well. So this is for question part 1 and 2. So these two questions, and the part 3, I'll be using Microsoft Doc and I'll later convert it into a PDF where I'll have the answer for this question. Thank you.